to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host, as always, Harmon Jr. Please find me at Harmon Jr.
And I'm the other host, Fradette. Please find me at Toonvelo. And remember to follow the podcast at FC Podcast 23.
Do it.
We have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about Google Stadia. It's launching real soon. Are they ready? Are you ready? They're not ready.
They're not ready at all. The answer to all those questions is no. And it's finally here. We've had specials, we've had episodes, we've talked about it so many times, but Pokemon Sword and Shield has finally released. Despite controversy, adversary, and a whole bunch of words that ended with airy, it is here, and you best believe we're going to talk about it.
Quick insert. I know a lot of people were probably expecting that this was going to be a full, hour-long digest of the entire thing.
No.
We are not that. We're probably 8 hours into the game, which is a lot, but nowhere near into it. So probably just the next month, every segment will have a Pokemon segment.
Probably. Just be prepared for that.
Yeah. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about the exciting news, the final restoration of a proper legend in his own right, Sonic
the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he's
Sonic,
really cool.
He's got an attitude.
Sonic.
He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. You know, we haven't sung in a while.
We haven't. Actually, so Lucas, one of our avid followers, shout out, we're just going to roll into the topic now, pointed out probably the best thing about the trailer is that they dropped use of Gangster's Paradise in favor of just a regular song.
Yes, it's still something, it's like supersonic speed or something.
Yeah,
it's something with
it
the
makes
word
a lot more sense to it. It'd be like if Iron Man had debuted and they just played, I don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody. It's there's a rock song that actually matches the subject matter, yeah. Right?
What is it? I know it. Oh, it's Supersonic, the old school song by Salt and Pepper.
It makes far more sense.
I don't know if it's by Salt and Pepper. The song is Supersonic. It's like the late 80s, early 90s.
I think it's Salt and Pepper.
I think it's Salt. Okay, yeah that's new. And it's it says Sonic in it, and it just makes more sense.
So much more.
And it still fits their old school decade rap R&B motif that they clearly wanted.
Exactly. I agree with you. I think they could have just had a remix of the Green Hill Zone as the song, personally. But
or Sonic Boom from the titular game Sonic Boom,
or the TV show, Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Or, any Sonic song that's already been made for all the Sonic things that are out there,
exactly.
Honestly.
But congratulations, Internet. We have worked together to bully a corporation into doing our will.
Okay.
Us, one, corporations, 999,000.
All right, before I go on the redesign of Sonic looks amazing. I am a fan. The original creator said he still wasn't a fan only because the eyes aren't connected, but at the same time he was like, I get it. And then he said, so I think he's still not 100% on it, but I think he agreed that it's still much better. But he also said, which I think would have been cool, that he would love to see the original cut with that old Sonic for a DVD feature or something. I was like, that would be interesting to watch.
Yes.
Yeah. But, okay, yes, we bully the corporation into it, but I feel like this was done correctly. Everything I'm about to say, take with a grain of salt. Everything for the next 5 minutes. It was done correctly in the sense that we complained, people moaned and beat about it, but no one was threatening no one.
Right? So number one, we didn't threaten the company. I mean, I guess we vaguely did in the sense of I don't want to see this movie. Yeah. That threatening their wallet. But two, we offered a solution. Because it's one thing to complain, it's another to offer constructive criticism, right? And we do that even on our show, right? When we look back, we're like, okay, first of all, Sonic doesn't have baby deer teeth. Second of all, Sonic has gloves. Third of all, Sonic has big eyes.
Yeah, and people redesigns fix this.
Sonic has socks,
Yeah, people biggest threat was I'm not gonna see this because this just looks horrible. And you said, people always there's subject material. They're people offered solutions. And yeah, but everyone just unlike the Pokédex, everyone was just simple with, I do not like this, and then quietly moved on.
Right.
And then some people were I do not like this so much, I will not give my money to this, and then we moved on.
Easy.
But also, I guess the only reason everyone was in unison about it, there was no one being this design is fine, shut up.
Oh yeah, it was pretty ubiquitous that this isn't good. What's funny? Okay, I think I might have said during the first time we talked about it, it looks okay at certain angles, but now comparing them side by side, I don't know how they ever thought it was ever going to work.
And kudos to the studio because they took it in stride. They didn't, bash the community or anything. And I'm hoping they delayed it twice, so they gave adequate time to their animators and stuff to accomplish that goal.
Right, so that was going to be another point here. I feel like our running theme here are things that were released too early, possibly with Pokemon, definitely with Stadia, and they were going to release Sonic way too early too. Like it's whoever's high up, the boss or the CEO or the corporation at large, like saying, no, we want to make this launch date happen. So developers and designers, they make shortcuts. They make it happen. Mm-hmm. Well, we're finally hitting that threshold wall of no, you cut too many corners. We can't do it. So again, applauds. Congratulations. No.
Applause.
Good job to the company.
Applause, right?
Well, it would be wrong in this circumstance.
Okay.
I'm trying to it's not even congratulations, just I don't know. I've spent too much time on this word.
Kudos to you.
Kudos to the company for delaying it properly instead of trying to, again, cram in more time and content before this arbitrary deadline. Right? It's like the world is fine without these things. We've existed, so many years without this thing. You can push it another 6 months.
Yeah,
I did not set up set up a proposal to my girlfriend at the release of Sonic.
It was going to be on Valentine's Day, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it was February 14th before it delayed into...
The most romantic movie about hedgehogs.
Yeah, so, that might have actually been a possibility. Somebody out there on Valentine's Day and the release of
Now their plans are ruined!
Besides, Sonic looks amazing. There's really nothing to say. He looks like Sonic. Like, you look at that and you're like, yeah, that's Sonic.
It's true.
I swear, they even altered scenes. They compared, they actually reshot or at least reanimated some scenes all together. And I was like, yeah. You should have. How they made Dr. Robotnik's machines, red instead of blue. I'm like, yeah.
That's more on brand for him. Yeah. I'm also glad that we didn't just get a redesign and re-release the trailer. We got a new trailer featuring a little bit more content, and now we see a little bit more of the plot that he actually is escaping. He had left Mobius because he's being hunted. And I was like, okay, this...
I thought he was bored.
No, he said, people, everywhere I go, people, want my power. So, I'm hiding out here on Earth.
Oh, I took that as, he was a superstar, and he, was trying to, get away from it all.
On my planet, people were always after my powers. So I came to yours.
Maybe one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm still concerned about his inherent ring dimensional powers that seem to have come out of nowhere, regardless of the Chaos Emeralds.
Independent of. I will say the new trailer made me feel better with them because at first when they were doing the whole, from another world is better than alien because that's not from another world and your guy's I'm from a different dimension. So that I take that better because at first I was like Sonic has always existed in our world. No, Sonic X, no, he did travel to the...
Sonic X is problematic.
Yeah, but anyway, ignoring Sonic X, I was like, okay, I like this more because at first I thought they were really going with, he came from, on a spaceship or something. I just came from, literally, Cartoon Land universe. I'm like, yeah, I can completely see that.
Right.
And someone else pointed out in the trailers, they've given Sonic more personality. If you look at the original, he's cat versus, he's
the proper...
Yeah. And even in the car, instead of just awkward, he's he's doing stuff. He's emoting.
He doesn't look like a child that was kidnapped.
Yeah. Oh God, we're gonna have to put the side by side, but you don't realize how bad the original is, like you said, until you see it side by side. You're just like, man, I knew it was bad, but now I'm like, no, yeah, it was just every angle not gonna work.
You know what? Something that is not nearly as bad as the internet made it seem.
What, Jared?
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, boy, how do you mean after all that drama, the game's actually probably, in all reality, after reviews said it was, and the critics got a hold of it, and we played it?
It's beautiful. It's fun. Like we said, there's, hours and hours of content. We were introduced to the wild area super quick, and if you're not careful, you could just spend hours and hours there.
You can get to the wild area, and, if you're being meticulous, excuse me, and you're talking to everyone, going in every house, doing every possible thing, want to catch every possible Pokemon, you can get there in 2 hours or less. And that's me, because I got there in about an hour and a half, but I was literally trying to do everything possible in between that point.
Did you get your mystery gift Meowth?
I did.
did you get your free Pikachu or Eevee?
I did.
There we go. So you can get those early on in the game. You just go mystery gift via internet. Meowth, you talk to the people at the Wild Area train station. Pikachu, Eevee.
Yeah, and like I said,
bam, boom.
and this is me. If you literally are doing everything possible, you will get there in 2 hours. And I mean everything. You just want to like. And so if you're just going straight for it, you could probably get there in 30 minutes.
You know, I'm actually impressed. So I went ahead and did the tutorial just because I want the full experience. But you can skip it. Like, hey, you want to battle? No.
I skipped. I was like, hey, Odell, do you know how Pokédex works? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
I skipped that one because I don't want that. But you know what? Let's go and get the phone out now because as we promised, we had a special Pokemon giveaway.
Oh, yeah, we do. So before we get into the game, we are giving away a copy of Sword and Shield, both of them. You don't have to worry about which one you got. You can have both. Woo. So thank you to everyone who followed, commented, and liked on Twitter and entered the competition correctly because some people didn't. Sorry, but there was rules to follow. You got to follow the show, follow me, and comment on the post with your favorite Pokemon.
The original post.
The original post.
Not comment on someone's comment
yes.
of comment.
Yes, so you did all those 3 things. You got entered once, and if you retweeted it, you got entered again.
Nice. Oh, wait. We had 4 fingers. I'll take mine down.
Okay. All right. There we go. 1,
yeah. 2.
Well, Perfect. If you're listening, then it doesn't matter.
So you get to see behind the scenes here. You got a timer going. We got our random number generator. Yes. So give it a few tests like smack to smacks.
All right.
You see it.
Smacking.
Yep. Okay. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And the lucky winner is
number 61. So we go to our list of people who entered. Scroll on down.
All right. 61. Congratulations, Ratty Blue Wizard.
Ratty Blue Wizard.
Woo! Ratty Blue Wizard on Twitter. You are now the proud owner of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield double pack. You get the Larvitar and Django Momo. You know what I'm talking about.
You get 2 free Pokemon.
Yes, and the game. So we'll be messaging you on Twitter. Please send us your mailing address wherever you receive your packages, and that will be on its way.
Cool. Yeah. So,
back to business.
Pokemon, as we were saying. So it is not horribly glitchy. The graphics are not horribly bad.
Okay, yes. There are trees in the wild area that look muddy. Yes, the tree.
Okay, so
it looks muddy. Oh well.
Right. There's a few things I think we can dissect there. One, okay, the wild area probably empirically looks the quote-unquote worst. This being said, it is a free area which is perpetually generating people from all over the internet.
Yes, the wild area, people from all over the internet. And this is something they couldn't talk about in the reviews. The wild area is populated with real people. Like, yes, people saw in the trailers like, oh yeah, you might see, no, there are people literally everywhere.
It's almost crowded.
Yes, it is definitely. And I mean, people catching Pokemon, riding their bikes, literally camping, which you can walk in their campsites and interact with them. And not like a BS like, oh, there's their ghost. No, interact with them in real time. And raids. Yes. And if your friends, like, I was literally playing and Jared joined me on the raid. I didn't even know he was online and helped me do a raid.
Odell is doing a raid. I want to do that. Jump right in.
And the YCOM system, which you use to interact with players, works flawlessly. Think of all the best features of every online system that Pokemon's has since it introduced itself.
Oh, no, I wasn't disagreeing or interrupting. I was going to add, like previously in all of the games of Pokemon, in order to be online, you had to enter online mode, and it was this stupid little castle thing, and you used to run around being in the castle. Here, you can continue playing the game seamlessly while you continue to get online notifications.
Yeah, so if you're in the wild area, you're constantly getting notifications because you're in the wild area and there's things. And when you're in a regular area, you can simply pull it up and then, see your notifications. And like I said, I spent about 5 hours in the game, and about 3 to 4 of those hours, realistically 4 to 5, if not, it was just in the wild area. And it wasn't because I was literally catching new Pokemon. Well, not new to the region.
To us,
but yeah, Pokemon that I wanted were populating, and Pokemon that would take in other games, the end game to appear were there.
Right.
So I'm catching Pokemon, literally getting lost, running into the Pokemon you couldn't catch and had to run away from because they're too powerful.
Before we get too far from the topic of graphics, the second point here being that it's not like it's failing to render properly. They've designed it to look this way, right? It's like people complaining that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, there aren't even actual shapes in the background. There's just shadows. Yes, because you're not supposed to look at what the occupant of floor 13 on that skyrise is doing while Miles is whizzing by. That's unnecessary for them to render a full CGI model to be doing something in all the floors of the building. It's okay for them to just have shadows moving, right? You've seen the behind the scenes, right? It's just like, so it's the same thing with everything you see in the background here in Sword and Shield, right? It's like they rendered simple shapes to be in the far background that just gives visual color. It doesn't need to be right? This is the same complaint people had about Skyrim Oblivion. You said a tree would be able to grow and bend in real time, and its leaves would change with the seasons, and each one would be rendered. I'm like, that takes up, like, a supercomputer's worth of, like, rendering power. It's unnecessary.
So my thing, since we're still, before we get too far, about you said there's so much stuff going on. So things that need to look good. The Pokemon look good. Your character looks good. Environments in major landscapes such as city buildings and landmarks also look good. Some patches of grass, some water in the distance, and yes, some trees do not. But to that effect, I don't notice those things because, yes, we knew the Pokemon will walk in the grass and populate. They chase you down, depending on their species. Oh, you walk by a Tyrogue who likes to fight? He chases you.
For you. Oh, I feel so bad running from Yampers. I'm like, I just don't want to battle you.
You see a Butterfree that's skittish and it knows you, it flies away. These Pokemon are not actively appearing in tall grass and walking around in a predetermined circle for you to bump into.
Oh, it terrified me when they left the grass. I was like, no, you are not bound by this area.
Yes, that's just their spawning pool. You can whistle. So not only are the players in real time being dynamic, but the Pokemon themselves. And the thing, it's the little things. The Pokemon who chase you down is based off the Pokemon aggressiveness in real life. Like, a Tyrogue, honestly, would probably chase you down.
Right. Like I said, Yamper, it's a friendly Pokemon. It wants to say hello. Hello, friend, yes. Hello,
Wingulls
friend.
don't actively chase. They just kind of fly around. And...
There's like pointless little kites in the sky.
Yeah. And that level of care is impressive. For the first time, dare I say, in a Pokemon game, I felt like I lived in a full, real-life Pokemon world. The wild area may be a base level of what's to come. Now, granted, because I think the whole game could function like the wild area is definitely not. It needs to be confined and have its own rules and things.
Right.
But everything works there.
Right.
And it's an experience we have yet to have in any Pokemon game.
Now, if I may offer a slight criticism of Nintendo, because we're professionals, we offer good and bad of things. Okay, so Nintendo promised a bunch of new things, which they delivered on, but the internet misinterpreted how much they meant as new, right? So like new battle animations. Yeah, Nasty Plot, it has a new animation to it. It's the same basic thing, but I can tell it's new. It's just, and then they sent out a tweet that you can, training is brand new and easier, but the only thing they actually listed as new was Pokemon Mints. So,
and there's things like cooking and jobs and stuff where you can gain experience, which those are by definition new things you can do to train a Pokemon.
Right. But I mean, but yeah, it's so Nintendo could have been more careful or more transparent in what exactly they were promising. But also, the internet completely blew their expectations out of the well. New animations. Well, I imagine, when, I don't know, Shiftry gets hurt, it's going to go... No, it has the same static, I was hit. Because that's rational for how a game should function.
Yeah, and honestly, one of my complaints, I'm not a fan of the new map. I feel like it's more just a poster I'm scrolling across. And it confuses me sometimes. The map, in other games, I can tell distance how far things is. But I'm halfway up the map from where I started, and I feel like I shouldn't be.
Right.
And I really feel because I know other games have it, I need a town map. Maybe there's a board that sometimes, but it's just, you can get lost quite easily, especially in the wild area. The 3D camera controls, I feel aren't there yet, because I'm still I really was trying to get to a point, and I was just I have no sense. There's no northwest, south. The map situation in the open world areas in them bigger cities really needs to be more streamlined, because I get lost too easily.
Where's the shopping district? I don't know. Is that way? Is that way? I don't know.
So yeah, but
right, pull up the map. You're in the city.
Yeah. So of course we can't give it a definitive go yet, but basically what I'm saying is a lot of the issues that people were complaining about that are going to suck do not exist.
Issues.
They're non-issues, or like it actually works well.
Right.
So that's just the first couple hours.
Right. We'll probably talk at a later episode about in depth about maybe which Pokemon are missing or which Pokemon we wish weren't missing or Pokemon we thought should be axed.
All right, real quick, Jared. When's the last time you saw 20 new Pokemon before getting to the first gym?
Yeah, never. First gen, Pokemon Blue.
And design-wise, I honestly think my starter is the worst design Pokemon I've seen. Like,
that's so mean.
I mean, it goes. I told you, it goes into Digimon territory. I feel like Scorbunny and his evolutions are like full-on Digimon. I look at them.
No. As soon as we saw him, we knew he was going to look exactly like King Cosma. Like
this is true.
We knew that's what he would look like.
This is true, but
is he fire fighting? I don't know this.
His middle form is fire. I haven't got the third form.
Yep.
So, God, I'm hoping he's not. I mean, his attack attribute is clearly,
he has a punch. He has a punch now. I know that.
Okay, all right, but yeah. So new Pokemon designs good so far, and honestly, I'm just saying we're still in the beginning hours. But if it literally just stays on pace with where it's at now, I can understand why some people think it's the greatest Pokemon game to date.
It's pretty, yeah. I'm very excited by it.
All right.
Something that you maybe shouldn't have gotten so excited for, Google Stadia.
Which people did, and they promised a lot of things. Actually, verbatim promised a lot of things.
They really did. Let's see. So, first and foremost, if you have not heard, Google Stadia is launching real soon, November 19th, by the time this is aired, with nearly none of its promised capabilities.
Well, Jared, what did Google Stadia, unlike Pokemon, promise verbatim that they will not have on launch?
Well, they promised they would have Stream Connect, state sharing, crowd playing.
And if you remember, that was the thing where like you can play a game and other people can watch you play the game, and somehow through what I consider is witchcraft, you join in their game and play with them from at the point that they're playing. Like, no, honestly.
Sorry. No, I had to look this up. I'm like, this is so far looking like, so that's why I'm on my phone here. Long, long ago in 1990s, Apple promised the same thing. The Apple Pippin.
What's that?
It's a failed console that promised basically everything the Google Stadia has promised.
Oh, that controller looks horrendous.
Yeah, and the whole thing fell apart because clearly we are not playing Pippins and we think Stadia is revolutionary.
Yeah, so, you won't be able to watch a streamer or YouTuber or whatever to have you play a game and hop in their game or connect to their game if it's a co-op. Can't do that. When will you be able to? Don't know.
Let's see. There's no achievement system, so anything you do, why bother doing anything?
It's like playing a Nintendo console. There's no achievements. That's okay. I kind of wish there were, but I've kind of lived this long without it.
Luigi's Mansion 3 had them.
It has them, but it's like in game. It's like
kind of pointless.
Yeah. So apparently, here's a spoiler for Luigi's Mansion 3. I only found this out because Lewis played. If you leave the director alone and don't suck him up at the beginning like I did, because I'm a horrible person, he actually finishes the movie he's working on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wait, I beat the game. I didn't suck him up.
You have to go back.
I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah, so you can actually go and watch the movie he was working on.
Yeah, in your face.
I'm a horrible person. Family sharing. So...
Oh, wait, no, you skipped one.
Oh, did I?
We won't be able to, use Chromecasts.
Chromecast Ultras.
Can't family share, can't buddy pass.
Yeah, you can't gift it to no one.
And even if you pre-order the game, you probably won't even get the Stadia controller for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be staggered shipping, so you might get your Chromecast, you might get whatever have you, and then get your controller at a later date.
Can this thing even play games, Odell?
Oh, yes, it can. You can play a total of 12 games.
Hot dog.
You know what those 12 titles are, Jared?
What?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Destiny 2, the collection. All right, people are still playing Destiny. Guilt, which I think is one of their original titles. Just Dance 2020. Wait, how you don't have a...
You use the Xbox... Wait.
Huh.
You use your Portal TV?
Wait, how is it... Huh.
Right, there's a lot of questions with that. I don't know how it functions.
Moving on. You either play Kine, which I think... Kine, Kine, which I think is another one of their original titles. Don't quote me on that. Mortal Kombat 11, okay. Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the biggest games.
Finally, that game will come out. Wait a second.
All right. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay. Shadow of the Tomb Raider
Definitive Edition
and Tomb Raider
Definitive Edition, which I believe came out like in 2014, 15, 16 at the latest.
Yeah, I'm just like...
So Samurai Showdown, Thumper, and
that's them.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing that would personally excite me.
Well, Jared, don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Putting my worries aside.
We're gonna get 14 to that 12. So you know how we're supposed to have that endless game library. Well, we got 12 plus 14.
Okay.
So we got like almost 30 games there.
Ooh.
Or is that 30 games? Is that 30?
26.
20. Okay, almost 30. These will be there by the end of the year. So don't worry. You can add Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle to that list. Borderlands 3, which is probably a worthy game, but if you haven't played it by now,
this would be the first game I'd be interested in playing.
Borderlands 3, Darksiders Genesis.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Jared. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Farming Simulator 19. Don't laugh, Jared. That's one of the best-selling games of a generation.
I'm saying,
I'm laughing, but
as an avid Harvest Moon fan and a Stardew Valley fan, I'm like, just stick with those games.
All right, and then a little quicker but less condescending.
We're
gonna get Rage 2, NBA 2K20, Trials Rising,
Football Manager.
Yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Okay.
Metro Exodus, which is like on Game Pass and PlayStation Now and everything else. So, but it's there. Grid, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and Football Manager 2020.
Cool.
Those are the games.
And wait.
Final Fantasy
No. And minus Doom. The game that it could be literally played with, those little Cube World cubes? You can play it using, I think, 16 Cube World cubes.
And you can play it with a Switch.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's the game that can literally be played anywhere is not available on this game this console.
I don't think I said Final Fantasy 15. That's a great addition. That's a good game, but it's been out for a couple of years and all the DLCs, and so there's nothing.
So is Google offering to sell me a Blockbuster? Hey, you can get all these things that are old and been out forever.
I don't know. So Google Stadia is launching on the 19th, and it looks like it's going to be pretty lackluster. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure some people are highly upset because it's supposed to be competing with, xCloud and Game Pass and things. These games have literally dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of titles.
All I can say is...
And recent and good.
It's true.
And these are like good to mediocre to obscure games from the past 5 years.
All I can say is that this is going exactly as in my mind, according to plan. They're right on track to fail.
It's going according to my plan too, because I'm not saying that they couldn't because Google has endless money. But all the things that was promising was almost, we were just not there. It was almost like too futuristic.
Right, it's a big thing to chew.
I mean, they were almost literally promising they're going to beam the game directly into our eyeballs. No, they weren't, but that's the level of impossibility I received it as.
Right. Well, thank you for staying with us this week. Stay tuned for more future Pokemon things as well as everything else.
And for more promotions. And we also have Patreon exclusive promotions. So please subscribe to the Patreon. You can do that for just $1 today to help support the show and content. And thank you to our Patreons as always.
Yes. For Full Circle Podcast, I am Jared Fradette. You can find me at ToonVelo.
And I'm Odo Harmon. You can find me at Odo Harmon Jr. And please like, share, subscribe, and follow the show at FC Podcast 23. Until next week, everybody.